Since the first installment of the Scream franchise was released in 1996, the movies have become an indelible part of the horror genre, combining slasher flick with the themes of meta-horror. The franchise was created by Wes Craven and Kevin Williamson, who did for horror what no other series had done before and introduced a whole new generation of characters by an impeccably talented cast. As of 2024, several sequels and a TV series have been added to the franchise that collectively form the legacy of Scream. Today, we will follow the main cast of the original Scream movie and see what they've been up to for the past several years. The main character of the Scream series is Sidney Prescott, played by Neve Campbell. Since taking up Sidney's role, Campbell has taken up several roles in both film and television. After Scream, she starred in such films as Wild Things and 54, both in 1998. Her TV career initially began with appearances in shows such as Party of Five from 1994 to 2000 and The Philanthropist in 2009. Recently, Campbell has come back to horror films in Scream 4 in 2011 and starred in the latest installment of Scream in 2022. Apart from Scream, she was cast in the Netflix political thriller House of Cards in 2016 and 2017, proving her talent. Campbell is a mother of two and remains an active activist for women's and environmental issues. Courteney Cox portrayed Gail Weathers, an ambitious reporter, balancing sass and humor in her role perfectly. Cox rose to fame for her portrayal of the evergreen Monica Geller on Friends, 1994 to 2004, before moving to the horror genre with Scream. After the Scream movies, Cox landed a lead role in the comedy series Cougar Town from 2009 to 2015, for which she received positive reviews and a Golden Globe nomination in 2010. Since the original film, she has appeared in all subsequent Scream films, with the most recent being released in 2022. Behind the scenes, Cox has stepped behind the camera to direct and produce, which solidly grounded her in Hollywood. She was previously married to actor David Arquette from 1999 to 2013 and has a daughter with him born in 2004 named Coco. The ex-spouses, along with their daughter, have kept good terms and co-parent after their divorce. Now Cox is in a long-term relationship with musician Johnny McDade of Snow Patrol. The couple became engaged in 2014, but they have not tied the knot. Cox is also popular on social media, where she posts pictures and videos occasionally, showing fans what is happening in her life, both personal and professional. Audiences found it quite easy to fall for David Arquette, who played the sweet-natured and somewhat clumsy deputy Dewey Riley. After Scream, Arquette starred in many movies, such as Never Been Kissed, 1999, and Eight-Legged Freaks, among many. He was also involved in professional wrestling, winning the WCW World Heavyweight Championship in 2000, a win which received mixed response. Arquette reprised his role as Dewey in all of the Scream sequels, including the last movie. He has also directed and produced works such as The Tripper, that was made in 2006. Even though he has a very demanding schedule, he is a family-oriented man with a daughter from the marriage with Courteney Cox and two sons with Christina McClarty. Matthew Lillard was quite good as the psychotic Stu Macher in Scream and remains the center of the film. Following the success of Scream, Lillard appeared in both comedies and dramas, such as She's All That with Rachel Lee Cook in 1999 and 13 Ghosts in 2001. He also got more fame when he played the lead character Shaggy Rogers in the two live-action Scooby-Doo movies of 2002 and 2004. Since becoming a regular on the TV series, Lillard has continued with his acting and has featured in other shows such as The Bridge from 2013 to 2014 and Good Girls from 2018 to 2021. Also, he has embarked on voice acting, and still does in the Scooby-Doo franchise, voicing Shaggy. Lillard has a wife named Heather Helm, who he married in the year 2000, and they are blessed with 3 children. Outside of acting, he is engaged in various charitable activities and supports mental health awareness. Lillard enjoys a low-key lifestyle, often sharing his love for family and hobbies like playing video games on social media. Billy Loomis, played by Skeet Ulrich, was one of the earliest horror villains, and his character, as the dangerous boyfriend with a dark secret, was quite influential for future horror villains. After Scream, Ulrich was featured in other motion pictures, including The Craft in 1996 and As Good as It Gets in 1997. He has some TV credits to his name, with his most recent roles being in Jericho from 2006 to 2008 and F.P. Jones in Riverdale, which aired from 2017 to 2021. Ulrich has continued to act in both film and television, appearing in projects like Escape Room 2017 and the TV series Law & Order LA from 2010 to 2011. Behind the scenes, he's a great father and has interest in the outdoors. He was formerly married to the actress Georgina Cates from 1997 to 2005, and the couple has twin children that are a boy and a girl. Ulrich has been a caring and supportive father to his children and at times shares their achievements on social media. He was married to Amelia Jackson Gray after his divorce, but their marriage did not last long. Ulrich is fond of activities that include fishing, among others, and he occasionally posts about such activities on his social media. Tatum Riley, played by Rose McGowan, was Sidney's best friend and contributed a fusion of humor and courage to Scream. McGowan went on to star in Jawbreaker in 1999 and later became a part of Charmed 2001 to 2006 as Paige Matthews. Since her rise to fame in the entertainment industry, McGowan has become an activist and a political voice, mainly in the #MeToo movement. She published a book titled Brave in 2018, where she narrated her time in Hollywood and the fight against the abuse prevalent there. Acting is still a part of McGowan's career, although not as frequent as before. She's mostly involved in social activism and speaking. Randy Meeks, played by Jamie Kennedy, was one of the funniest comic relief and essential genre commentary in Scream. After that, Kennedy starred in Malibu's Most Wanted in 2003 and was the host of a hidden camera comedy show, The Jamie Kennedy Experiment, 2002 to 2004. Since then, Kennedy has continued to act in films and TV, including Ghost Whisperer, 2005 to 2010, and The Cleveland Show, 2009 to 2013. He has not retired from comedy and still performs stand-up comedy, often going on tour to entertain his fans. Kennedy is also a podcaster where he frequently talks on different topics about his life in Hollywood. Drew Barrymore's brief yet memorable role as Casey Becker in the opening scene of Scream gave horror fans the feeling that they were in for a ride. Barrymore was already a popular and grounded actress before joining the franchise, and continued to thrive post-Scream. She remained active in Hollywood and appeared in many of her hit movies, such as The Wedding Singer in 1998, Never Been Kissed in 1999, and Charlie's Angels in 2000 and 2003. Barrymore started diversifying her work by moving behind the camera and even directing. Her first directorial feature, Whip It, which she also produced, was well received by audiences. Recently, she has been the host of The Drew Barrymore Show, a show that premiered in 2020, which is a talk show with celebrities and tips on lifestyles. Barrymore is also a loving mother and a businesswoman. She has her own line of cosmetics called Flower Beauty. The voice behind the Ghostface mask was that of Roger L. Jackson, who would go on to become a significant part of the Scream movies. Despite the fact that his face was never shown in the movie, he was highly memorable due to the voice acting. Jackson went on to voice more characters in animated television series and video games, such as in the Powerpuff Girls and the No More Heroes series. Jackson still does the voice for the latest sequels of the Scream franchise. His voice, of course, continues to be in demand, making him a recognizable figure in the voice acting community. Since the first Scream movie, the series grew quite a lot. The sequels to Scream include Scream 2, which was released in 1997, Scream 3, which was released in 2000, and Scream 4, which was released in 2011, all of which included more complexities of Sidney Prescott and the ever-recurring Ghostface. The fifth and latest film, Scream, in 2022, featured new characters but paid homage to the previous film's cast. In addition to the films, the Scream franchise expanded into television and aired on MTV from 2015 to 2016, and a third season on VH1 in 2019. The series introduced more stories and characters, which made the terror of Ghostface known to a new generation. After the Scream series, the world of horror has never been the same again. It not only rejuvenated the slasher movie genre, but also added the aspect of the postmodern meta discourse, which became the basis for many movies and series in the future. There is no doubt that the original cast members are still considered icons. Looking forward to the future and more films and spin-offs, the cast of Scream is here to stay. The success of the Scream franchise has opened the door for numerous possibilities for spin-offs and future installments. While specifics about upcoming projects are often kept under wraps, there are a few directions the franchise might take. One idea that could be spun off could be new Ghostface killers in different settings. This would enable the franchise to retain such values as suspense, mystery, and meta-commentary, while at the same time bringing new characters and situations. This could be in various settings or backgrounds, like in a college, or an island, or in a city. Another interesting spin can be made if the focus is shifted to the backstories of the characters from the previous movies. Spin-offs that deal with characters such as Billy Loomis and Stu Macher might shed more light on their reasons for taking the path that they took, as well as the lineage of the Ghostface killer. Picking up from where the previous TV adaptations left off, another series could focus on what Ghostface is capable of in a serialized format. This could be a sequel that revolves around a new group of characters involved in a string of murders that are related to the events in the original film, and which gives a deeper insight into the psychological and social impact of the myth of Ghostface. Despite the fact that the existence of these possible projects has not yet been officially announced, insiders expect that the next big Scream sequel or a spin-off film can be expected sometime in late 2025 to early 2026. This timeline is consistent with most production schedules and the general format of the franchise, which releases sequels about every 5 to 6 years. As the Scream series evolves, fans eagerly anticipate new stories and the return of beloved characters. With potential spin-offs and sequels around the corner, the legacy of Scream shows no signs of waning. Would you like to know more about any specific actors from the Scream series? Let us know.